welcome to the desert. Cheese croissant baguettes. Croissant, croissant, croissant. Onion, onion, onion. So welcome to the ANZCRL Combined Racing League here for race number 2 here at Le Mans Bugatti Circuit. I'm your host, Dark Racing 40. Alongside me is Woody Lizards. Hello, Woody.
Ciao.
I think that's Italian, but cool, whatever.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, there, thank you. And yeah, very wet thunderstorm weather here, Darky, for this qualifying.
That's it. So
it's very dark out here too, but you'd imagine the Porsches may look very strong. And I think you were saying that you'd expect that the guys will probably only have the first 5 minutes or so and probably park it with 10 to go. I don't think there's going to be much grip on offer on this circuit.
That's it. So let's have a look at the... Wow, okay. That's interesting. That is really...
That rain is coming down hard.
That is... Okay. Yeah, that is pretty heavy for me. So it's going to be very interesting first lap for these guys out here.
Well, at least it's only just started too, this thunderstorm, so that puddle that running across the track there isn't too bad at all. And look at that lighting, look at the effects. Oh, but the inside, look, it's almost a river on the inside of that curb that Whopper and both B-Stang found out then.
So, you know, I don't think you're going to see too many people pounding out too many laps here. Whopper just backs off a bit here. Let's bring up the track map.
Oh, look at that. Look at the puddles in there. It's worse than the end of the race.
That's it.
We've just seen.
So you're going to have 1 or 2 laps here to get in. So you have to make this lap count. Even if it's a bit slow, you still got to bank it. And then maybe try and push for another lap after that. But I don't think we're going to see much people running after the 5-minute mark here.
No, not at all. Only guys that'll be running, I think, are the guys that probably didn't put a lap time in.
That's it. As you can just watch these 3 cars all sliding through the first complex.
Mother Nature's not been kind to the open division here tonight. Look at this weather; it's atrocious. If you had the option, you would just stay at home.
That's it. There's a lightning crashes overhead here, so it's Ferrari, McLaren, Porsche, first 3 cars out on track right now.
Mate, I know I've just got Commander Series saying if it was Formula 1 they'd already pack up and go home. I don't think they can even leave the paddock. I think the paddock is flooded. They wouldn't even get out here with this weather here at the Bugatti circuit.
Well, at least that puddle of the stair hasn't quite formed, so really scrambled here. It's not that big, but the track is really wet here. Watching B-Stang
so
out
we're on the
as he reaches the S's.
Yeah, B-Stang's the leader of the first one that came out. So
there he goes.
Oh no, just in front of Whopper, but Whopper's had to just check up a little bit, so his time's going to be compromised.
And the Porsche just spun behind him. Night Havoc.
I think Night Havoc.
So that's
exactly.
cost Night Havoc, so that's going to cost him. So here goes Whopper. Whopper's going to be the first person to put in competitive time. That puddle is pretty big.
Yeah, but Whopper just needs to keep on the track and not invalidate it, because he's going to find himself with the fastest time here as the Porsches have slipped up.
That's it.
Yeah.
So a 45, that's pretty good.
Not bad at all.
So we'll see how we go. So we're looking now at... There's B-Stang, he's at the instant, so he's going to... There goes Night Havoc at 53. Commander Jim for 46, B-Stang for 2 minutes.
So Quicknick was fairly good in the wet as well in race 1. Obviously had that mistake as he tried. As he said, he's not a racer if he doesn't go for the gap, and that's what he did, but he paid the consequences. But here he goes.
GT3 game first.
Where's that put him?
Quicknick into 5th. Here comes
nice lap by the Bentley.
That's it, here comes the Cadillac of Matty Seeking. Cammy is into 2nd here. 4th for the Cadillac here. So right now it's Whopper leading with Cammy. Oh, going backwards.
Oh, Cammy. That's the end of Cammy's run, you'd imagine. I don't think we'll see him back out.
He might want to maybe try for one more try, but I very highly doubt it. So he's Commander Jim and Night Havoc. So Jim's in 3rd right now. Night Havoc He didn't put in decent lap time because he went around. Or was the lightning crash? You can see the track light up.
Yeah, I think we're looking to see a time from B Stang and, as we said, Night Havoc.
B Stang, Night Havoc, and Quick Mick. They're not putting competitive lap times. Oh, and round goes Jim.
Commander Jim. That puddle caught him out on the inside. So Whopper's looking good for pole at the moment because I doubt that it'll only be B Stang.
He's just quickly jumped into the pits.
Or Night Havoc. They're the only two that could probably try and topple Whopper at the moment.
We're looking at B Stang now.
I was going to say the Topper Whopper then.
Yes, it's the new burger from Topper Whopper.
The Topper Whopper stopper.
only sold at Jim's lawn mowing. So B Stang goes 148, 12 seconds quicker into 7th.
Yeah, just behind the Bentley.
Night Havoc goes into 2nd for 45.9.
That's pretty good on the second flying lap.
So it can be done. It can be done. Can be done the second lap. So Whopper's in pit lane. Again. So he's parked it. Casey now jumped up into 3rd. For 46.1.
Nice lap.
And
nice lap by
then
Casey.
Exit stage left.
Yeah, he's done well. Just got to make sure he doesn't affect anyone else there, but no one's near him.
Well, he's well off into the centre. He's just trying to stop the car. So Commander Jim.
I think he thinks he's Bondi Rescue Lifesaver, mate, in one of the buggies there, Casey. Driving through the sand.
So here's Commander Jim. He's going to see if he can go any quicker. Here's Matty seeking. Can go any faster that lap time. 46. Lightning crashes over the lights up the track. See a lot of people ready to return pits here. Get to the game. He's parked it. B Stang. He's pretty much parked it. Quick Mick. He's still pounding around. The lightning goes off. Night Havoc. Oh, it touches that puddle again. Around he goes again. The puddle of doom.
Yeah, it is the puddle of doom. This weather is not very nice here in France. Oh, look at this. You need rudders, Darky.
That's it. I think we're embracing hover boats. Hovercraft's what we need.
That's right.
Look at that.
Just can't even. This is... It definitely, if this was a league race, you'd have to pull out the red flag here and just wait for the conditions to get better. Look how big this puddle's got now. Man, he's seeing the big tank slapper. Lucky this is only qualifying.
7 minutes, and so far we've got 5 cars in pit lane. So Matty's 2/10 down on his lap time. As he literally just cuts the track to try and avoid the puddle, but it still doesn't help.
Tries a different tack and try and get right up on the curb. Didn't work for him.
We can't go any faster right now. That sounds like a Bentley. So Gear 2 game is going out again.
Well, they do say the Bentley's like a boat, don't they? So you never know.
Yeah, so he's throwing the anchor out and he's off to go sail the 7 seas.
Yeah.
The HMS Bentley.
HMS Bentley, there you go. You've heard it first from Darky. Oh, you'd be thinking you're playing warships here, mate. Battleships or whatever it's called.
Yeah, World of Warships. So Whopper's still pole fastest lap, so as proven, the fastest lap's going to be in the first 2 laps.
Yeah, that's as you predicted that, Darky. It was important to get out there first and try and get that first lap. You needed to make sure it was a clean lap. But we did see Night Havoc on his second lap still do that 45.9, so there was a bit of pace there.
Look at that. Jim rides the curves trying to avoid it, and that still doesn't help him. Cammy's just gone into second. He's just pulled one out of the bag there. So the track can still do the lap time, but he's done it. He's just pumped.
How is that possible?
He's just plucked one out of nowhere, where everyone else is doing this. And
is that because the French manufacturer has been given some sort of secret weapon underneath this car?
Yeah, magnets. It's held on by magnets now.
That is a sensational lap. I'm
especially with
how he could do a time
with 6 minutes remaining and the track
water.
Yeah, that's it.
We've been watching guys trying to manoeuvre themselves through puddles, and Kemi gets that time out of 45.8.
There goes good go. Who's making he's having a pit lane entry practice. Says pit lane isn't the easiest.
No, it's very tight.
Oh, we just lost
Matty's
Matty.
left the set in. hopefully someone can get him an invite very shortly.
Still got 2 minutes to go. But unfortunately, if he's going to set a lap time, he's going to have to do it in these terrible wet conditions. Look at that, Cammy's 1.2 seconds off.
Happy to be at the back of the grid, but there's plenty of guys in the pit lane that can send him an invite, so hopefully that's all good. But they got to get onto it, because if Matty needs to reset anything, he's not going to have much time. He's only got roughly a minute 20 to get back in.
Oh, there he goes. He's coming back in now.
There he goes. So that's nice. So
you can see, how much Cammy's struggling to get the car on the track here.
Tell you what, he could be the new Glenn Seaton in the wet, just you know, finding the wet his domain. Look at it just slide there as he's turning in.
Well, he made that corner. I'm surprised by that, considering the angle of the car was. I thought he was going to slide through it. Runs a bit wide there. That's one of the things you sort of can do to a degree here. With the track being wet and the speed in there, you probably could clip a few more corners that you wouldn't necessarily, and sort of, look at that puddle there. You could just clip a few corners that you normally wouldn't, and it won't give you the slowdown because you're not doing it faster. But Cammy's sprint car styling this car around. Only half a second down in sector one.
Sensational to be on board here. This Renault. There we go. Pushing the limit. As we might see Matty coming on shortly to see if he can get a lap down and actually be put a time down.
So only 2 men out there on the track right now. Cammy and Matty will be exiting pit lane, 3 minutes. So he's only going to be able to get 1 lap in, I'll say. So he has to do the best he can in 1 lap on a torrentially soaked track.
Yeah, well, you know, he can't get any worse than where he's going to be 9th, so he can only try and challenge B Stang or Quick Mick. But I think that's going to be a pretty tall ask.
You can see him just struggle to pull the car there. As he just clips that puddle.
But if any man knows how wet this track's going to be, will be Matty, because Matty is the guy that has done a little bit of testing with this thunderstorm setting. So
Casey's just rolled out pit lane too. Oh no, he's just returned back to pit lane again. So if I was any of these guys, I would be using this session, the end of this session, to practice coming to pit lane, coming in and out. Just do that. Just come in, out, just to get used to it with pit lane. It might be wet, but at least you know where you're going to be. Look at that puddle. That is torrential.
Yeah, and that's it. There's a mandatory pit stop for this final race, a feature race, a 45-minute timed race. They must take a mandatory stop. There is no requirement for fuel or tyres. It just needs to get into your pit bay.
That Cadillac just saved that puddle quite nicely, actually. So
yeah, it did.
Everyone else was struggling to get through it, but that Cadillac just went straight through it. As we enter the chicken cordon bleu.
Yeah, chicken cordon bleu, very soggy. You'd take it back, wouldn't you?
That's it.
Yeah, these puddles, he seems to be definitely on hydrofoils or something, because he is not moving around the track. Here he goes. He's going to have start his timed lap to see what he can do.
Cammy's still pounding out right now as well, so I don't think he's not going to go any quicker, but I think he's just doing that there for fun. So now as we watch Matty Seeking here, trying to set a lap time of any description and see what he can do.
Well, if he can do a little bit what he did on his out lap, I'll tell you what, he'll be looking pretty healthy.
That's it, but the track is soaked to the bone, so it's not going to be an easy lap for him.
And also, one thing too, Darky, there hasn't been many cars out on track too since he's had to come back. It's only been Cammy, so the water is just, you know, really soaking in too. There's no cars pushing that water out.
That's it. Yeah, because this game, the more cars you have circulating, it does sort of disperse the water fraction. And Cammy's now decided to retire and put the car in pit lane.
Probably a safe option. You don't want to damage that car. He's on second alongside Whopper.
So let's see how he handles this puddle.
He's doing a good job.
Well, looks alright through there again. Now he comes up to the S's here. Let's see how he handles this puddle. So qualifying is now complete. Checkered flags out. You get to that puddle, bit of a slide. It still keeps it going in the right direction.
Yes, looks pretty good. Pretty impressed by the way the car's not really dancing around the circuit like I thought it would be.
That's fancy. Chicken cotton blur. So we'll see how he goes for the final couple of corners. Cross that big puddle, hard on the brakes here. So the big car turn
He's
into
only
final
just going
corner.
to get there with that timer too.
That's it.
It's not giving him much time.
He should, yeah, he's going to make it.
Just.
And first, Matty has just put the thing on pole.
Unbelievable.
The final lap of the final session with the final second, Matty Segan has just dropped the Cadillac and gone bang, pole, thank you very much.
Stole it from Whopper.
That's
How can that happen? As we saw, Cammy was showing that there was pace there in the wet, but Matty in that Cadillac, pole position over the McLaren, and then we've got the Renault in third, and Night Havoc in the first of the Porsches, then the second McLaren of Casey in fifth. Alongside him will be Commander Jim in the second of the Porsches. Then on row 4 will be GT3 Gaming in the Bentley alongside with Quick Mick. And fifth row, B-Stang 65, all on his own in the Ferrari. You know, but we'll see how he goes. So we'll continue on straight now into the race.
That's it. So
With a
Cadillac.
45-minute.
So the news press have gone wild. Cadillac on pole in Le Mans. You won't be hearing that too often.
No, not at all. The big American muscle over there. He'll be happy about that.
Yep. So I think Matty's like, no matter what happens now, at least I've started on pole. So he said the Cadillac was quick. He's kind of struggled to prove, but now he's just smashed down the wet there in the final seat. So this actually might be interesting for the pro lobby tomorrow night to prove that maybe it might be worth to go back out again. Maybe not. You still have the opportunity to do a fast lap by the end of the session, what Matty just did then. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matty's seeking part of the P51 Sim Sport crew. I'm sure that he will be showing all his secrets to people like Illogical Sports
Speedax
and all the others about what the secret was there in the end. So look out to see if the P51 Sim Sport guys can benefit tomorrow night in the Pro Division. But it's all about the Open guys here tonight. And as we said, Matty Seeking with only 1 second left across the line, and he got pole over Whopper. That was sensational.
So, while we're waiting for the guys to ready up and we'll do the formation, we also have our social media. So we have a YouTube channel, which is Oz NZ Combined Racing there. All our races from Twitch get uploaded there. So if you want to check out our previous races from BCCC, previous Bathurst 1000, previous Indy 500s to Le Mans 24 hours and other series like the ELMS and previous Formula Renault series, they're all up there on our YouTube channel. So go give us a follow there. We also have an Instagram account, which is ANZCRL. So if you want to give us a follow over there, we try and post up there as regularly as we can. We also have the website, which is aus-nzcrl.weebly.com. That's where all our races information you can enter via the website. All the information there from trophy room, previous races we had, race results are all getting posted up there. We also have the Facebook group. So if you're Australian or New Zealand and want to play Project Cars 2 on Xbox, go find us on Facebook in the groups in AUS/NZ Combined Racing League. Please answer the 3 questions. If you don't answer the 3 questions, we will not accept you to the group. You can come and join us on some of this wonderful racing that you've seen tonight. So.
Definitely, and you know, the newest member, Cammy, third on the grid, finished third in that Renault in the wet the previous race. What can he do in the dry? Will we see him just try and hold up the Porsche behind him, or will we see him try and gun it and get in front nice and early? We'll shortly find out, but we've got the formation lap. They'll go 2 by 2 at the green light. They ignore the green light in the game. The leader has control of the race.
That's it. So
basically we'll go just before the start-finish line.
We're getting some news here from the P51 boys on how the Cadillac did it so well. It was step 1, be in the boat. Step 2, float. Step 3, serve some freedom. Step 4, profit. And step 5, yeehaw. Yeah.
Yeehaw. Wow. Okay, there we go. Or something like that. So well done, boys. P51 Sim Sports setting the sim community alight.
So here's Night Havoc, the man who won the first race and leading the championship right now. Back in fourth, so it's been a while since he's actually seen some cars in front of that weren't getting lapped.
Yeah, exactly. So I reckon we're going to see this all out here tonight for this final race, 45-minute race, mandatory pit stop. As we said, there's no requirements for fuel or tyres. They just need to come into their lane, into their bay.
So Matty's picking the outside for the race start here.
So they just
slowed them right up
there. Whopper's decided to go, but he's going to have to hold up. What's Whopper doing?
There you go.
A bit messy there from the start there, but he's done well to make sure he's held it back to make sure Matty had the run. But can Matty stick it on the outside and keep it there? Yes, he can. Been able to tuck him the inside just before Whopper, but we got Kemi looking down there as well. Nice stuff by Casey. Casey's leapfrogging Porsches. The Porsches have been a bit conservative there on that start as Gear3 Gaming has got there through Commander Jim.
Oh, no, there he goes.
No.
And wow.
Oh, B-Stang. And I tell you what,
misses
quick
that one
Mick
by the skin of
went
his
around
teeth.
the outside to avoid it, and then unfortunately B-Stang brought the big Bentley almost back in front of Quick Mick, but he's got some luck tonight, Quick Mick, so let's all support him and see if he can come on through and really show his colours in that Acura tonight. But up front, we've got Matty Seeker with a time penalty already in front of Whopper.
But we have seen this in plenty of the races so far, especially in the Pro Division. Now, having a pit on lap 1 hasn't been, it's not the best, but it's not the worst thing. Oh, there goes Casey.
Oh, Casey gets a tank slapper.
That pitting on lap 1 due to an incident hasn't been that detrimental. And there goes B-Stang. He's had a look around too.
Oh, it's we've got Gear3 Gaming coming on back through.
So pitting early isn't that bad, you know, it doesn't hurt you that much as long as you can be clean for the rest of the race and do consistent lap times.
Well, exactly. We saw that with B-Stang last round there at where we were last week. It's the British track.
And Cammy's actually doing that right now. Actually, he's pitting right now.
Yeah, getting it out of over and done with. As B-Stang's doing the same thing. And
the Gear3 Gaming continues on. I'm surprised by that actually with the incident he had. Unless he got a lot less damage than B-Stang.
Well, B-Stang got absolutely clobbered by an out of control Bentley. So, oh, just some tyres. Or
no,
something
just
done.
splash and dash and he's
Wasn't
done.
too much. Probably a bit of front suspension. That was it.
Cammy's stop was a lot longer. So, well, here we go at the front. It's Cadillac versus McLaren. These two out, and the two Porsches are right there in the wings. So I've had our first pit stops here. Yeah. B-Stang and Cammy, so they're the first ones to make their pit stop.
It's getting them a familiar sight though with those two Porsches there, third and fourth. Just menacing their opposition here in front. But you know, Whopper's putting a lot of pressure on Matty as he's gone a little bit deep into the chicane here.
And here comes Whopper down the inside. Whopper takes the lead.
Another driver making his debut tonight, or not debut, but a return I should say. He hasn't been on Project Cust for some time, Whopper.
And here comes the Porsches. So Whopper now takes the lead here, and here comes the Porsches of Night Havoc and Commander Jim.
What a shot that is, seeing those two Porsches there coming on through.
Oh, Matty goes deep.
Matty.
Cuts the track a bit.
He was on the anchors to try and avoid the back of Whopper. Took avoiding action.
It's kind of worth, if he picks up a time penalty here, it's kind of worth to just ignore it and just keep going on because the race is so long. As we just kind of see it sort of spreads out, so trying to keep your track position might be the better idea. Just keep the time penalty and just deal with it at the end of the race. So let's have a look here in fifth. Quick Mick, the man who dodged the Bentley, he's done pretty well. He's up in the 5th now. There's Casey behind him. You can actually see some paint scrapes on the side of the Acura, but yeah, no damage to him right now. Running 5th, so he's doing well.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully we can see those times come down for Quick Mick, and if he can start trying to chase these Porsches down. And the way that these guys are pushing pretty hard. So 38's there into on the only on the second lap.
Oh, Matty,
look
the big
at
slide.
the Cadillac.
Oh, he just saved that.
And nice driving by Night Havoc as well. Picks up a spot into second.
Matty just might be overdriving it. Just needs to chill down a little bit, and he'll become good again.
That's it. They only had the practice session early on tonight before race 1, where it was dry weather, so that they could actually try and get some setups for this race. So a lot of them would have been concentrating on race 1 and forgetting about this race. So some of the tyres may be a bit questionable with tyre pressures as well for these guys.
There we go. So first of all, at least they can see each other. That's the key thing. Night Havoc goes a bit wide there. Look at that, so does Matty, but he gets on the power and it just pulls away from the Porsche there. Oh, touches the dirt
Chucked
there.
up a bit of extra dirt onto the Porsche's windscreen.
That can be very dangerous there because you have to brake in too hard. He's going to have to arrive.
Yeah, but as you can see, as you were saying, Ducky, just the power. Oh,
Whoa.
his Kemi is
How to spin
that was a reset. Yeah, and then a reset button, which we don't allow. So that could be an end of time penalty for him. It's all in our rules there, but I have to admit I forgot to mention that in the driver's briefing, so he may get away with that. We don't like to see drivers in our league setting the reset car back onto track mid-spin or at any time, unless the car is absolutely wedged or stuck and cannot be moved.
Look at the
We
Porsche.
want the drivers onto their own accord.
Yeah,
to come
command
back
the Porsche.
onto the track.
Man, Jim's Porsche is all over the Cadillac of Matty Seeking right now.
Yeah, Commander Jim, you can just see that he's losing touch with his teammate. He wants to get in front of this caddy sooner than later.
39 for
Otherwise,
Matty,
he may-
39
Yeah,
for...
you can see there, second slower Darky, you know. So would you really think about saying, well, hey, let's bring Commander Jim in, you know, get him away, get that mandatory stop on it, out of the way, and come back and attack later in the race.
Catch 22, you got to see where everyone else in the field, and everyone else is pretty much not that too far behind right now. Like the next is like Casey, he's only 10 seconds behind. So these guys will get past you, but then you're going to pull around with gear, and you want to at least come out before B staying. At least that's the minimum.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, I think he would come out in front of B-Sting. He might even just come, as you said, might be just behind Gear, and as you said, he might not get held up.
Now
Gear
Night
obviously doesn't have to let him out because they're still racing.
Past Whopper here, so that's been the past position. So the Porsche now back in front.
We'll have a look at the timer here if we can, Darky, after this. Just have a look up at the top left, because maybe Whopper had a little mistake which we missed. Just see what the lap time difference was. Because he did have a little bit more of a lead earlier on that previous lap on Night Havoc. So if there's a good second or so difference, you'd probably say that, well, more than a second, I'd say he maybe had a little bit of a moment.
That's it. But that McLaren is really quick to the Porsche, to the S's there. And he's as quick through here as chicken cordon bleu into the final corner here. The Porsche runs really wide there. He's able to keep it much tighter.
Yeah, that's right. So that's a moment that he needs to try and benefit the final sector.
Yeah, 140 lap off. Matty second, he's pulled the trigger. He's coming to pit lane now. So he's done exactly that. So we'll see where he comes out.
That's given Commander Jim a favour, hasn't it?
Yeah, but also might be that Matty's tyre pressures were getting wrong and the car's become a bit sketchy. He needs to get them readjusted. So
we'll see where he comes out. He's still in front of that Bentley of Gear 3 Gaming, and it might be a master stroke if he can stay in front of the Bentley. Just remember, B-Stang and the guys were actually behind these guys, and they had a bit of damage. So
oh yeah, he's going to clear. He's going to come out miles ahead of these guys. There's Gear 3 Gaming to the S's, and Matty's already out. So Matty's the front runner of the pit stop. So his goal now, while no one's around him, he's got 15 seconds to quick mic and 30 seconds to Gear 3 Gaming, is to do quick lap time and try and close the gap up as much as you can. It is quick mic.
So the viewers may want to keep an eye on Matty there in 6th position there, and just have a look, keep an eye on what he's doing lap after lap with his times, and compare that to Whopper and the other guys, and it might give you a indication of where he might pop out after these pit stops have been done. He's got to try and up the pace though, Matty, that's for sure. Get into the 37s if you can, and maintain that.
That's it.
Obviously full tanks for these guys, so that's why they're a little bit slower. You'll probably find that pace start coming down.
DF9 Havoc, 39 for Whopper. 39 for Man Jim. Casey up on that curb and that dirt, that's going to slow him down. 38
yeah, he's having a little bit of a white knuckle moment there. Didn't want to turn it up over the curb because it could shoot him around.
In 5th, so let's have a quick look at our time penalties. So you've got 1 second for Casey, 2 seconds for Matty, 3 seconds for GT3 Gaming, and 1 second for B-Stang. So nothing overly dramatic right now.
So Casey was a little bit faster than Quick Mick on that previous lap, but it just seems like Quick Mick's catching Casey this lap. He seems to be bridging it a little bit.
That's it. Sometimes having a car in front of you does motivate you to drive a little bit better, or sometimes you can see where their car's been a little bit. And you go, oh, they're trying to dip the line. Really, that's the white line around.
Yeah, it's
a long way around that corner.
Yeah, that's the.
But in theory, it should be
quicker
down this straight here because
turn 5.
You got the highest speed up. There's double right-hander now in the back straight where there's no puddle this time.
Yeah, the guys would be relishing on these track conditions at the moment. Overcast skies, I'd say wouldn't be too hot on track. Probably all on soft tyres, loving the grip they've got now compared to the previous race and the qualifying session.
That's it.
So Matty's outlap was a 2:06 as well, so not too bad.
Yeah, so accurate Quick Mix pan around in 5th right now. 1 minute 39, so he's there on the pace. Let's have a look at the Bentley GT3 Gaming. As you can see, B-Stang just ahead of him.
Well, B-Stang's actually overtaken him, hasn't he? Because he was in front of B-Stang.
Yeah, he was too.
We're talking about Matty coming out in front of Gear over B-Stang.
Yeah,
so,
Gear had a 151, so he's had a spin somewhere. But still struggling to Bentley a little bit.
Yeah, tough car to set up and get your head around, I think, but it can be a very fast car. We've seen some guys pretty fast in the Bentley over the years.
Actually, I think it's a car that you have to sort of get your head around the way of how it drives and what it likes.
That's right.
I think also
still waiting for someone to jump into the 37s though, Darky. I've been watching these times and they've been nudging the low 38s.
I think we'll have to wait till a bit of fuel comes out.
Yeah.
So 9 Havoc still leading in the Porsche, goes 2 second lead over Whopper.
Yeah, so he's sitting in the middle of the Porsches. Whopper will be happy. Hopefully he doesn't make a mistake like he did in the first race. And maintains this and challenges Havoc right to the end.
That's it, as we can see, this will all change around by the pit stops too. If someone comes in a little bit slow or someone comes in a bit better, they can all change around too.
If you come in even a little bit faster and get a time penalty from coming into pit lane too quick.
That's it. There's Porsche, McLaren, with Acura, Cadillac, Ferrari, Bentley and Renault. So
Kemi's just got caught up a little bit here in the dry conditions, probably pushing a little bit harder. The car's not quite set up to what he'd like here in the dry settings.
So here's the other McLaren of Casey. A little bit of a wiggle there.
You've got to remember, Kemi was actually pretty fast, I think, in practice. I think even in the qualifying in the dry too. He qualified pretty high up. He's doing 47, so was it 37s, I think?
Yeah, he can do the time, so.
We'll wait and see. As he said, as the fuel comes down, he's not too far away from Gear 3 Gaming. He pitted too, Gear 3. Oh, here he is. He's in the pits now.
So we can hear the Renault. There's the Renault Cami.
Yeah, just in front of that Porsche as well.
And he pitted too, so this is an actual position that's going to stick.
Yep.
And there's a Porsche that Gear 3 Gaming goes down a lap as the Bentley rolls out. As you can clearly see, the driver's holding the invisible steering wheel.
That's right. That's probably how Maddie got pole.
That's it. Here comes the McLaren of Casey. This is not what Casey would want to see, right?
I should clear him.
Yeah, but this is a really fast section here. And you got the car that's coming up your lane, so Gear does the right thing, pulls out of the way. As Casey does a big tank slap, has to cut the track, so...
Did well to hold on to it though, Casey. A lot of people would loop that car. Oh, we've just had a disconnect there, Darky. Not too sure who it was.
Maddie Seeking.
I think Maddie Seeking. Unfortunately, that's not good for the Cadillac. We wanted to see what was going to happen and eventuate.
Yes, we just lost Maddie Seeking, unfortunately.
Oh, bugger, on lap 10 for Maddie.
So
that's a shame for the Cadillac, as we wanted to see how he might have fared once these Porsches and the McLaren pitted.
That's it.
He's been robbed probably from a good little battle at the end of this race, but anyway, we'll carry on.
Especially that sensational pole time he did in the final session of the race. So.
Oh, well, I'm sure that he'll make sure everyone remembers that, so he won't let that one disappear in the history of ANZCRL.
Here's beating the Ferrari. 206 behind Quick Mick. Still just in no man's land right now. Just doing his own race.
That's right. He's pitted. Quick Mick still has to pit, I believe.
Yep.
Yes. So.
So now Beastain is the fastest.
Come back.
He's the first of the people who pitted.
But I tell you what, Quick Mick's looking pretty healthy out there as well, doing similar times to the second car of the Porsche, I mean, of Commander Jim in third. And also sort of matching Casey's time in front of him. So he's got a long battle in front of him, 27 minutes, so he's well and truly in it. That's for sure.
We've got a report from the P51 guys. The American car has left the race just like the military did in Afghanistan. They've just packed up and left straight away. So they're gone. Pull the pin.
They're gone. Leave left. Don't want any more to do with the French here.
No.
So they'll make their way nice and early. They'll probably be one of the first teams to arrive round 4 in Japan at Fuji.
That's it.
At the Grand Prix circuit for round 4 next weekend.
So Night Havoc again out in front, slowly, very slowly pulling away from Whopper there.
Yeah, he's slowly, he's got obviously the handle of this race. And only bad luck's going to probably rob him of the victory here. So as long as his pit stop goes nice and smoothly.
Oh, excuse me.
We don't need to call a doctor, do we, Darky? Hopefully you're okay.
No, I'm just having my legendary cough and burps at the same time, which is painful. Oh man, that hurts.
Okay.
So yeah, it's my weird body doing weird things. Oh. So, Porsche leads lap 12. With now McLaren of Whopper in second. 4 seconds behind. Man, Jim, the second Porsche. These two Porsches has been sort of barely been separated. Maybe by one car generally. Always been together, so it just proves how well these two have been working on their car setup. The two cars are always near each other.
Yeah, currently too, because it's a they're two. The combined points are added together from race 1 and race 2 to eventually get the round winner.
Yep.
Obviously, Night Havoc winning the first race, Commander Jim coming second, third currently here. So you'd imagine that Commander Jim will still hold second position outright over Whopper, who's currently second in this race.
Yeah, but we've still got a long way to go. 25 minutes remaining. There's G3 game. Excuse me.
He's about to fall. Oh, he's already lapped down.
He's already lapped down. Yeah,
Yes.
Commander Jim's going to put him down a lap. Let's have a look here at Casey in the McLaren.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to do the Sunday night Pro League. It's come back to the Saturday Open division. I thought he might say, "Oh, I'm going to have this all to myself." Well, I think the Open guys have really shown to him that if you're going to come here to the Open League, it's still going to be extra competitive.
Yeah, I don't think he was thinking that at all. He knows that he's got to build on his racecraft, Casey. He knows he's fast, he's got the pace. And as I said, this is good breeding grounds for a lot of these drivers to get into the Pro Division. As we know, obviously Night Havoc is basically that level, but he wanted to join his teammate Commander Jim in this Open Division.
That's it.
And obviously some members can't race Sundays every week, so Saturdays may be a little bit easier. So it's all about keeping the cars on the track.
And sometimes with a slightly less competitive field theory, that you can actually practice your craft a little bit better because there's no real big pressure. You're not going to have someone hounding you the whole time. You sort of find your own spot on the track and you just get used to doing laps. That's the biggest thing I keep saying to people. You just have to go out there and just keep pounding laps. If you make a mistake, keep going. You know, just don't quit the race. You just got to keep running out. If you're having a bad race, that's fine. Just get out there and just keep going. And the more things, the more time you spend driving the car, the more things you'll learn, and the better you'll get. So
that's it. As we know, sometimes you make a mistake, and that's probably the biggest mistake you can do after you've made a mistake is quit out of a race, because you've got to learn to calm down and get that car back into its race pace again. And if the car's not nice, you just got to learn how to drive a car that's not nice. You're not always going to have a good car behind you, under you, so you got to learn to be able to drive to that car's ability and the track conditions. So it's all good racecraft, and real life drivers, they have to deal with that all day long, So exactly right, Darky, and you learn a lot more the more that you spend your time on the track.
yeah. So he's watching Quick Mick in the Acura now, holding down 5th position as he was in the previous race there. 6 seconds up the road is Casey and 54 seconds ahead of B-Sang. So in theory, Quick Mick should be able to make his pit stop and come ahead of B-Sang here. That's how far back he is.
So it looks like we've just heard back from the pits here that it sounds like Matty is cancelling his contract with a French telco company.
Yeah.
Being disconnected there, so
I think he's going to go with the
French.
full American Sea Otters internet.
The Sea Otters, he should never have left the Sea Otters.
No, we should have stuck with Sea Otters.
One thing you can do, Matty, but don't go out loud with it, blame the wife.
That's
do
it.
Do not tell her.
You're watching Netflix, do not blame it. So, watching the B-Sang in the Ferrari. He's just struggling a little bit, I think, with the car. He's in the 141s. He's well off the pace he probably can do. Back in the 140s.
I'd just like to know how much damage actually he got repaired, because his stop was fairly quick.
I don't think he got anything repaired. I think it was just a stop and go. So I reckon his car is not performing at the best he can. So he's just...
Yeah,
I think it's just got a couple of errors, which you say, a couple of errors is not that bad, but in these cars, one error is at least the equivalent of knocking off about 3 kilometres in a straight line. And if you've got a bit more than that, if you have 2, then you're already down 6 to 7 kilometres. Oh, 6 to 7 kilometres. But at this track here, there's quite a bit of speed around here. And that's downforce you're missing from the front, and you want to keep your car as clean as you can. As Commander Jim has now got ahead of Whoppy, so Whopper has made a mistake.
Yeah, Whopper's just... Yeah, that's it.
Whoa, what is that in the background?
Not too sure. It's Cammy.
That is Cammy with a Renault that seems the...
he can't be weaving in front. What's going on there? Oh, no, let's have a look at Quick Mick. Hopefully he avoided the Bentley.
And he has to, again.
Bentley was all up, crossed up there. So Kemi, that was
He's lost his rear wing, so he's struggling the rear end of the car now.
yeah. So that was unfortunate there. Obviously, then weaving it through around the.
I don't think he was
across the
weaving. I
track.
think he didn't realise he lost his rear wing, and then he just had no grip. And when he went to turn one way, the car just sort of snapped out. So if you're not paying attention to the damage report on your car, when you lose the rear wing, you have no grip, and then, well,
Yeah,
you're a passenger.
benefit of the doubt. Yeah, that's right. So we'll give him benefit of the doubt there, but obviously, hopefully that he may watch this back and know that that's obviously a no-no to cross track if you are a damaged car with another car coming through. Just stay the one line.
Yeah. So now Commander Jim is getting attacked by Night Havoc. You can just see how much Whopper. Sorry, you see how much Whopper
By
just
Whopper.
has to back off in that section there. He's way faster than the Porsche of Commander Jim, but because Commander Jim's in front of him, he just can't use his pace through there. And
Yeah,
then, which
that's
then
right,
hurts
and
him down this straight here because he's not coming out as quick as he would like.
And you're right there. That previous lap, he did have a mistake there. He had an off. Look at that 8 seconds difference.
This GT3 game is back in the pit lane again for repairs now.
Yeah, well, yeah, there'll be front damage, or maybe suspension because he ploughed into Kemi.
Kami's still struggling to get that Renault back.
He'd have a lot of damage. He's got rear damage from when the Bentley smacked into him too. Look, it's crabbing everywhere.
Yeah,
so maybe that's why it's doing that, because it's just crabbing on him and he's got no control of that. So he's probably best just to keep it on the grass, get it out around, just cut straight through this chicane.
That's it. So he goes the lead up. Here's a battle for second now. Jim versus Whopper.
So that could just be, unfortunately, Gear 3 game in the wrong place at the wrong time with that crabbing car of Kemi.
Big crossover straight. That's going to be more to his time penalty.
Yeah, but that's not what Whopper obviously, as we said, if he can, it's going to hold him up through here. That's time penalty. It's not going to help him right now.
No. So there goes Kami. He's made the pit lane, and here comes Whopper too.
Here comes Whopper into the pit lane.
Kami is a severely damaged Renault.
So I wonder where the Renault's pit box is. I was just after the McLaren, so
Yep.
Whopper didn't get balked by him at all. Should get out in front of him because he won't need that damage.
There he
repair.
goes, rolling.
Geez, it's a nice looking car, isn't it?
That's it. So you can see Whopper's going to clearly come out ahead of Beatty. And there he goes, back on the track now.
He's actually in a very good position there, Darky, as well. Quick Mick up the road. Yet to pit, I believe, still Quick Mick as well. So obviously he does have to
fourth,
pit.
third, second and first is still yet to pit. So the question is, when are we going to see these guys?
Yeah, Quick Mick can keep doing his pace that he's been doing. By the time Whopper gets near Quick Mick, you'd imagine that he'll be taking his mandatory stop. So
4, 1, 1 and 6 for GT3 Gaming. So that's
so
how
will Commander Jim follow and get in for a pit so there's no undercut? Try and stop the undercut from Whopper.
We'll see.
Night Havoc doesn't have to worry about any undercut because he's got a 17-second lead.
That does help
over
him out.
Commander Jim.
That's it.
Yeah, it helps him a lot. No, elects to stay out. Kemi's still in pit lane for these damage repairs.
Oh, now he's rolling. His car's fixed. Here's Night Havoc underneath the Dunlop Bridge. Into the first of the long hairpins. Ooh, Casey's at an instant
who was
somewhere.
that?
That's
Was that Kemi?
Yeah, leading
coming
the
out of pit lane.
So Casey's at an instant somewhere. He's crunched the front of the McLaren.
Is he?
Yeah. Well, my screen looks like it's a bit damaged.
I think it might be a bit damaged. I haven't had a close look at
just
it
a little
at the
bit.
moment. Looks good on my screen, but we've had a mixture of what we can all see. Sometimes we've got rose-coloured glasses on.
That's it. And then another can of VB, yeah.
That's right.
So here's Commander.
Maybe too many.
Yeah, here's Commander Jim holding down second place now. So once again, the
15 minutes.
two Porsches get to the front again.
Yeah, but don't forget Whopper. Whopper's there trying to do this undercut on Commander Jim. So, you know, 204, when we said an outlap before, Matty did a 206, I think it was, as his outlap. So Whopper's outlap was fairly good.
And so was GT3 Games. His outlap was a 206 too.
Yeah, so it's a pretty impressive time by Whopper. And again, it would have been lovely to have seen Matty still here, just to see where he would have filled it out behind Whopper or in front of him.
That's it. Okay, so only 3 seconds behind Commander Jim. I think is he closing in on him? Yes, he is. He's very slowly starting to reel in Commander Jim right now.
Yep. 3.5 seconds behind. And as we said, with about 14.5 minutes remaining, and pit stops still in hand for these leading 4 cars.
Yeah, 4 cars.
All the way down to Quick Mick.
It's a Whopper. Whopper's
already done it, so he's
38, nearly
he's
30
there.
flat, so that's not bad for first lap, flying lap out of pit lane.
Yeah, and when you look at that, how close he was Commander Jim when they pitted, you'd say that Whopper will be effectively second position once Commander Jim comes in and pits. So Commander Jim needs to pick up the pace. He's got to get back into these 38s.
Pick up the pace.
Lingers in these 39s.
Yeah, pick up the pace or pit now and then try and hunt down Whopper. So
there you go, Night Havoc, the first in the 37s. He's finally pulled it out.
That's it.
Previous lap. So will we see that maybe the Porsches start to fire now? So as you said, Commander Jim, to try and avoid this undercut, may need to stay out for a little bit longer and start
and then
those
40
times in.
So Night Havoc does a quick lap, then a slow lap. On board
both
with the
Commander
Porsche,
Jim and Night Havoc work together very well. Obviously, they have race strategies and tactics. So,
and another slow lap for Commander Jim too, of 41. So,
yes.
So I'm just wondering maybe these cars, because the cars do get to a point where the fuel gets off, and then the car's just terrible for a couple of laps, but then the fuel burns up a little bit more and comes back to good again. So the car might be in that phase where it's just not comfortable right now. The balance is just upset.
Yeah, and also these cars, but they've had a little bit of experience in these cars already throughout the season, but obviously been fueled, the fuel tank in the front of the car. The weight distribution's quite a bit different.
Even Whopper's lap was a 1:40, so I'm just wondering if it's now more an issue.
Track conditions?
Yeah, track conditions and tyres. If everyone's running on softs, maybe the tyres are just not hanging in there as much as they like right now, and they're just, a bit average right now.
Yeah, that's it. And they need maybe graining up a little bit.
Yeah, just need to cool them down a bit more. Because Casey was the fastest person forward, because he is closing on Commander Jim. Well, there's no tomorrow now. He's down to 1.3 seconds. And this race,
so stick with us.
He's gonna have second place here.
That's it. So
if you look at Commander Jim there, he couldn't make that
remaining.
So he's struggling with the car right now. I wanted the tyres. The fuel's come off and the car's gone bad. The tyres are going off too. So he's just struggling this final, 10 minutes.
It just seems like the car's not biting. He's understeering a lot, or unless he's driving it too hard and coming to the corners.
Yeah, look at that. He's pushing it everywhere. It's just a matter of time before Casey gets him. Yeah, so I think the fuel's come off the Porsche and the tyres have just gone a little bit bad, and now he's just struggling with the car now, because that was another 40-second lap. I mean, 49, have it back in the 137s again.
Yeah, so the time's there for the Porsche.
So maybe they push too much, the car's really good for one lap, but then the second lap it just doesn't want to grip up and needs to cool the tyres down a bit here.
Yeah, I think you could be right too. And track conditions, as we know, they do, they do change throughout the race as well.
That's it.
And there can, you could have a period of a race, can't you, Darky, really, for about 3 or 4 laps where you think, what's going on here? The car just doesn't seem right, and then all of a sudden it comes back. So could it be a graining effect of the tyres, and it just sort of gets to that level, and then it, brushes that all off, and the grip comes back again? Or,
yeah, look at that. That
sure.
Porsche is massive amounts. Yeah, look at that.
Here we go. Change for second nearly.
It's a drag race now. Who's got the better run? But Commander Jim's got the inside run here for the next corner.
Yeah. Casey's got to make sure he doesn't squeeze him too much, because he'll...
He's trying to hang out on the outside. That's not really going to work here.
Not going to work here through the corner there.
No, safe option would have been just to brake a bit early and kick him behind him, have to try and get him out of the corner. We've seen what Whopper's done to get a good run, and McLaren seems to have a really nice run out of the corners.
Well, we know Whopper's really good through here, the final 2 corners, so let's see if it's just a McLaren thing where it's just really nice. I tell you what, Commander Jim did a really good job to hold Casey at bay then, because coming out of
142,
the garage
look at that.
first,
Commander Jim is
the
struggling
McLaren
with that car.
was all over him. Exactly. And look at Whopper's time, 38.8. So effectively, I think Whopper will definitely have second here. There's no doubt about it. Oh no!
Up and around he goes. Still got 9 minutes to go. Still got time to reel him back in. 5 seconds is the gap now. No, I don't think this is a. Should we go to the chat from our party? I don't think this is a battle of hardwares and soft. It's just one car's a bit nicer on softs than the other one. And the fuel burn out of the Porsche, because the fuel tank's in the front, is just giving it understeer. So Commander Jim's just been given a free gift card here now. He's got a 5-second lead over Casey. So the question is, when would he pit? If I was Commander Jim now, I'd be pitting right now. Take that free gift card.
Yeah, you'd be doing that and forcing Casey to come in as well, because there's no benefit for Casey to stay out. Yep. Really wants to probably have the side of the Porsche in front
and
of him.
Here we go.
Leads
in pit lane right now. So let's see if we're going to have a Porsche 1-2 in pit lane again.
I reckon it will be. Night Havoc will be gone before Commander Jim comes in.
Okay, stop. Lolly pops up. Nope, he didn't get in gear and away he goes. So that's going to be a slow stop there. Let's see. No, Jim's going to go around again here. Let's see if Jim...
He probably just wants to see the back of his teammate, mate. He hasn't seen it for a while.
So let's see if...
Maybe even take the lead of the race. I think he will.
And Casey's pulled in pit lane too. And there goes Commander Jim. There he is. And Commander Jim will take the lead now. Here comes Casey. He hits these marks. And there's a little bit... Yep. That's a slow stop.
So
yeah, bit of repair work going on here.
Just have a look at Whopper. You should see Whopper will probably...
There he goes.
So it just shows that he's looking good for second, Whopper.
That's it. Casey's still getting repaired, done now. Finally lights up the McLaren. So here's Whopper.
Quick Mick yet to stop as well, I believe. So
that's it. Quick Mick and Night Havoc yet to stop here. Well, this is something that could actually hurt Night Havoc. If he gets on the back of
Commander Jim,
if Commander Jim sticks out for longer for Night Havoc and holds him up, running slow lap times, this is really going to give. I think Whopper's going to have. It's really going to give Whopper a chance to get to him actually.
22 seconds behind. It's going to be a tough ask, but definitely Whopper is flying at the moment.
39. If Jim's doing 42s and holds Night Havoc up to the 42s, it's going to cost him some time. So the smart bet will be see Commander Jim pit this lap now to get out of his teammate's way.
I think you
might. No, he goes out again.
Staying out there.
So the question is, when's Quick Mick going to pit now?
No, staying out. Oh no, I thought
he's only reached chicken cordon bleu.
Cordon bleu, that's it.
And nope, he's not coming to pit lane either.
They're running right down to the end.
That's it. We have seen that done like the very final lap where they've decided to pull the pin. But here we go, 2 Porsches, line astern. Commander Jim still leading Night Havoc.
And this is exactly what you're saying, Darky's definitely going to be holding up Night Havoc, but Night Havoc had a 20-odd second lead, I think it was, so it's really not going to hurt him.
That's it.
As Whopper is basically his next challenger with basically 22 seconds behind.
But the other thing is here, if these two are battling like this and Night Havoc knows Jim needs to pit, if he hits him and spins him or spins himself, this is going to all undo his hard work today. So he kind of needs to say to his teammate, well, literally let me pass or pit this lap so you can, get out of my way quickly. Because Jim doesn't have the pace of Night Havoc right now. His car's not handling that well.
So there's only 2 more guys to pit, and that's Commander Jim leading this race at the moment over his teammate, and Quick Mick in 3rd. And then everyone else has had their mandatory stop. Some have had more than one stop.
And now the leads are catching up to Beastang in the Ferrari here, so this is even going to add more complexity to this issue. And Jim now he finally pulls the trigger and comes to the pit lane now. So that releases Night Havoc. But Night Havoc now is still Beastang, but Beastang will probably just get out of his way. So he comes a Porsche in the pit lane.
So he's coming on in. The team's out, ready for him. I think the next shot, you can just see the podium there up the top.
So watch him hit his marks. Bang, done. So let's have a look.
The tyres out just in case they need them for him.
Here's Whopper.
Obviously don't need that.
And Jim is rolling in pit lane. Here goes Whopper to the final complex.
Yeah, it just holds them up though. He gets a pace up here, so Commander Jim still got a little way to go. One of the first base. It's a nice drive.
I think Whopper's going to get it, yes, and he snags him quite comfortably there. He blasts past down into Dunlop chicane. 4
minutes remaining. Hopefully Commander Jim, with that pit stop, the reset of or any changes of the tyre pressures or the tyres just coming back to him may help him.
That's it. So we're looking here at Quick Mick in the Acura in 2nd right now. So if Mick's lucky, he'll be hoping to pop out in front of Casey and return back to that 5th position.
Yeah, it'd be good for Quick Mick if he can. Obviously, he's had to avoid the Bentley twice. Got away with it both times. The second time, Gear 3 Gaming was a innocent vice stand-up.
That's it.
To Kemi's in front, was crabbing around the track out of the Dunlop chicane.
So far, only 2 drivers don't have time penalties right now. That is Night Havoc and Whopper. Everyone else is going to have time penalties added to their race time at the end of this race. We'll probably see Quick Mick has to pit this lap or the next one.
Well, he's risking, not being able to have a pit if he doesn't do it this lap.
No, he's up. There he goes. Does a late hook it in. Here comes the Acura. He's one of the last cars to pit.
Yeah. One of the first pit bays again. They're all filtered up very early.
And here comes Whopper down the front straight. So Whopper will take over 2nd place from Quick Mick, and here comes Commander Jim as the Acura hits its marks there. So look at the scrapes down the side there. That's from the Bentley. Just missing it.
Yeah,
just that. That's the paint scrapes that he's just got away. That's a quick stop from Quick Mick. And he's out. Where's Casey? Here comes Casey down the front straight. Yes, Casey will have him.
It's going to be close though.
Nah, he just blasted past him right there. There he is. Quick Mick returns back to 5th place, almost
5th. So just would be good once it gets settled these times, just to see what the time penalties are between them, because Quick Mick's obviously got a time penalty, but if Casey's is up there, it's only a 1 second difference.
That's
9 for Commander Jim.
Ouch. So how far
that's
is
going to lead Casey to almost jump into the podium spot. If Casey can keep doing his quick times,
he's too far back.
Oh, actually, Casey, I forgot that Casey's got a 4 second time too, so that only makes it a 5 second difference between the two.
But Quick Mick is only 3 seconds behind Casey, but he's kind of left his charge a bit too late. He doesn't have enough time here to really to try and have a crack at him. There's Night Havoc.
He's got to be within 1 second.
Night Havoc is going around, so this is either going to be the final lap or we're going to sneak in one more here.
I think this might be the last lap.
Well, he's got 24 seconds, so the question is, does he want to just back it off now and then and just finish the race where it is now, or is he going to try and sneak one in to really muddle some people? So let's do a quick potential champions check. 18 litres for the Porsche, 39 for the McLaren, that's a lot, 16 for the Porsche, 26 for the other McLaren, 12 for the Acura, 22 for the Ferrari, gear with 37, and okay, that's a lot of fuel. 73 for the Renault. So
yeah, say he got fuel put in when he was in the pit lane for that damage repair.
So everyone's going to be fine on fuel.
Yeah, that's right.
No champions happening here. So
I think they were obviously erring on the side of caution.
Extreme side of caution, I believe. So here comes Night Havoc through the S's. So I do remember when Matty Seekin's clock ran out, it was about this time, and it was about 30 seconds, so I think you might be right. This will be the potentially final lap here. By 15 seconds, and the track, it's not that far away as we had.
No, it's definitely going to be the last lap.
That is it. It definitely will be the last lap as Night Havoc is spun on a chicken cordon bleu.
Yeah, that's it. Not the banana.
No, not the banana. Chicken cordon bleu into the final corners. That's it. The clock has reached 0.
Well done, though. We only saw the one mistake, but congratulations. Here he goes. 2 for 2.
Night Havoc. Well done. 2 for 2. Again. Whopper. In the McLaren. It's a turn race. First race wasn't too particularly flash. This race has come his way. He didn't have the pace though, but he's done well.
Oh, he's done super well in that McLaren Whopper. It's good to see him back. Solid second position.
And here comes Commander Jim. Oh, Casey's closed up a lot in Commander Jim then. So let's see if time
comes.
comes.
To be within 5 seconds, so I don't think that's going to change anything, but
we'll see. Never know.
Quick Mick had to be within a second to leapfrog Casey, so it looks like it's all going to finish as they are. Nice job by Quick Mick though. He'd be happy with that 5th position.
So you can see our lead first, second and third here.
Hey, Whopper doesn't want to see him have a formation finish here for any cameras. He wants to get involved with all the camera work. Make sure that his McLaren's in shot. What a nice view it is coming over the Dunlop Hill there. Under the bridge.
So Beastang, he's on
Beastang, I think that he would have liked to have seen a little bit better. He was a lap down though, wasn't it, Beastang? I think he was one of the first.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, waiting for someone to finish there.
Yeah, I thought Beastang was still finished. But that's it. So race 2 done here at Le Mans Bugatti. Night Havoc takes the win in the Porsche over Whopper in the McLaren. Commander Jim comes home in 3rd in the Porsche. Casey finishes 4th in his McLaren. Quick Mick 5th in the Acura. Beastang 6th in the Ferrari. Gear 3 Game 7th in the Bentley. And Cammy in 8th in the Renault. Unfortunately, we lost the Cadillac of Matty Seekin. So it will be an interesting race to see how where he would have finished if his Cadillac just didn't get up and leave the country in one hit.
Yeah, I think it would have been close to actually being on a podium there after Commander Jim sort of lost pace mid-race. But lap 10, unfortunately for the Cadillac, dropping out. But anyway, I'm sure he'll come back next week at Fuji Grand Prix circuit where we reach round 4.
That's it.
To run the second half of the championship.
That's it, the land of sushi, samurais and hentai cat girls.
Well, there you go. If you like the cartoons there, but
yep, the anime waifus.
Anime. So we've been your host here on ANZCRL Twitch channel, Woody Lizard and Dark Racing 40. I hope you enjoyed the racing tonight. Be sure to join us tomorrow night from 7:30, where the pro drivers will tackle Le Mans and see what they get up to. And we hope to put on a show, and we look forward to having your company tomorrow night. If not, be safe, have a good week, and we will see you next time we're around.
Bye.
Cheerio.